Greetings, Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, and Cancer Moon. Welcome to your Tarot Video Scope for Any by Alma. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please keep in mind that these are general readings. If you'd like to have a personal reading, please email me at almalightworker@gmail.com or visit my website www.almalightworker.com. For those of you who would like to know more, there's two ways. One, you can always go to the Vimeo videos. In the Vimeo videos, I did a whole new reading for you, an Akashic reading for each sign of the zodiac, and those are ready for download and purchase. The link for that is down here below in the show more description box. The second way is if you choose to join the membership program. In the membership program, again, I'm doing another Akashic Records reading, which is twice as long with new information for each sign of the zodiac, and the membership program has different tiers. I'm putting a link for it down here below, or you can simply click on the join button right here next to the subscribe. Do take a look at the video for your rising sign and moon sign, because you are going to get additional information. So with that being said, now I'm going to focus on this reading for you, Cancer. And the general feeling that I get for you has to deal with moving or leaving behind an old society toward a new, more accepting society. Misery, but also hope. Not everything is lost. Trying out new things, testing a situation or a person, preparing, training, exercising, issues around money or how to circulate money, matters of maybe even addiction, confliction, or dealing with some kind of a negative cycle of events, but also working towards finding a solution or a deeper understanding to turn the situation around. You'll be dealing with a lot of surprises that are going to turn out to be a blessing. The first card that you have in this reading is the Five of Pentacles. To me, it means if you notice here, this couple here is viewed as unfit, but they still remain together. It also means misery, but also hope. It is a reminder that a true partner or a true friend is with you in good times and in bad times. It also means seeking out a new, more accepting society. Never lose everything. Sometimes it also means depression or financial problems. They're telling me that you are going to feel very displeased or very unsatisfied about the turnaround of events. For some of you, you have to deal with an approval, a visa, an important document that maybe you were looking to be granted to you. Maybe it was about rights, legal rights that you were hoping to be granted to you. Maybe you wanted to get clarification into a circumstance that involves family, a legal aspect. There's some sort of a family situation that involves courts, legal matters, bureaucratic matters. They are also mentioning that. And they are also showing me that for some of you are going to be angry or irritated either by the whole situation, maybe your spouse or your partner at this time. Maybe you're going to have little fights. You know, it's not unusual in a relationship or in a marriage when you get to a point where the other person just seems to irritate you. However, they're telling me that these little situations are not going, or you are not going to allow it to be blown out of proportion. There is the promise, if you look here, there is the promise here of some money to come in, but maybe you have to go through hoops to get it. Maybe you have to go through applications, approvals, family sources, family channels. That's what they're showing me. For some of you, you are going, so it's a matter of having access to this money. For some of you, this money somehow will be showing up for you may show up in the form of a promotion, may show up in the form of a bonus, a grant, a loan, financial help, benefits through work or through a business. For other ones, they're telling me that, remember, this is the eclipse season. Eclipses have a tendency to influence our lives for the next 6 months. You want to rewatch this video a few times over the course of the next 6 months, because a lot of what I'm saying here is start to unfold over the course of the next 6 months. For some of you, you could be thinking what to do with this money, to invest it in your property, in stocks, in bonds, invest it into a new home. And for some of you, it's going to be about leaving behind you an old home, because now you are getting ready and preparing to move into a new home. They're talking about some sort of a loss, but not everything is lost in terms of a financial deal or a negotiation that involves money. The next card that you have is the Knight of Pentacles. And yes, this card did show up for another sign as well. The Five of Pentacles, to me, if it represents a person, usually represents youth. And it represents the zodiac sign Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. This could be the sun sign, the rising sign, or the moon sign. This could be you, Cancer, if you happen to have your moon sign or your rising sign in Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. To me, it also means hesitating to get into action. It represents a person with a plan, a step-by-step plan, but now maybe changes are necessary into this step-by-step plan. It also represents wisdom to work hard, and maybe you're taking the situation. It represents somebody who is taking the situation more serious than they should. You are going to be receiving a news through a messenger. For some reason, they are mentioning a messenger. They'll be coming to you bearing news about real estate, news about a family matter, news about money, news about an inheritance, news coming to you about a tax return, news about the outcome of a situation. Maybe you are waiting to hear something here from, of course, the legal or the justice system. For some of you, you need to think about it. What are you going to do with this money, if it is money, or with this news? You need to figure out the details. You need to figure out exactly in which direction to go. You'll be getting or receiving money through a business partner. Maybe they are going to be securing at this time a big contract or a major client, through a spouse. Maybe it is a spouse that gets a promotion or an inheritance during this time. Or maybe if they have a business, maybe that business is going to be turning around for the better. Pay attention to any travel plans. I have a sense that past midpoint for some of you could turn out to be a little bit tricky, having to drive somewhere at a distance or having to travel. Not everything is going to go according to plan, and do pay attention to where you could be overspending money. Maybe this is a child and you're going to be like, no, this is an expense that is not necessarily. Maybe you are linked with this Knight of Pentacles financially, and you'll be looking into their finances or how you can cut some unnecessary expenses about this Knight of Pentacles. The next card that you have is Five of Wands. To me, it represents so the meaning of the card is a sham fight, struggle with people who have less experience than you. The opportunity to win a small fight will attract the opportunity to win the big war. It also represents exercising, practicing, training, preparation, preparing for something to happen. And sometimes, to me, it also means trying something new out. They're talking about a new approach. You could be trying out a new approach on how you handle emotions, how you react when communicating with a person or a group of people. You could be experimenting with a new tool, a new form of technology, a new app, a new cell phone, a new computer. There's going to be communications back and forth. A lot of people want to communicate with you. They just show up, maybe because they want to hear from you or how you are doing. For some of you, you'll be dealing with some sort of a conflict. You feel conflicted by what is happening around you, in your family, in your neighborhood. For some reason, they're mentioning the neighborhood, a community that you belong to. Maybe it is in regards to a work situation or personal relationships that you have with different people in your life. They're telling me that some of you will try out either a new form of yoga, qigong, tai chi, karate. This is what they're showing me. But they're also telling me that you are going to have a tendency to be a little bit more practical. You are going to be testing things because you are running out of patience. You'll be feeling like either it's yes or no, it's now or never, it's all in or out. Many of you will be preparing to launch new things. You'll be preparing to launch a YouTube channel, a Vimeo channel, a Twitter account, a Snapchat, a TikTok. You'll be putting together and you'll be looking into different methods of communication, the written form, the spoken form. You could be putting together at this time materials maybe for a presentation, or a business plan. You'll be putting right now together materials that you need to do a presentation, either that you are going to present this to a loved one, a friend, a family member. Maybe you're putting together some sort of a collage to surprise somebody in the family, or you'll be dealing with putting together something that maybe you are going to test it out in a business setting or at work, whether it's going to work out or not. Could be videos, could be a service, could be a whole bunch of new things. They're telling me that for many of you, maybe you need to go back to the month of May, because something that originated or started in May, now in June, you are about to have a major breakthrough. It's not going to be the same breakthrough for all of you Geminis, but the major one is going to be a major breakthrough in communication and understandings. For other ones, the breakthrough is going to be in matters of relationships and personal matters. I also have a sense of flirting. I don't know what's going on, but you'll be feeling like you are at the center of attention here, flirting with a lot of people around you, attracting a lot of attention toward you. So that could be good news for those of you who are single. The next card that showed up, it is from a different deck, and this is Temptation. So I will be channeling the information intuitively. Let me see what they're saying. Because again, they are mentioning feeling a little bit scattered, either emotionally, energetically, or physically around the time of the eclipses, because they're telling me, they're drawing attention here, and they're telling me that it kind of represents the eclipses. Around the times of eclipses, the lunar and the solar eclipse, you'll be feeling that you are trying to suppress your feelings. Maybe you were in a health kick, okay, and you've been doing so good so far, and now you're going to feel tempted to going back to your old eating habits. Some sort of a feeling here, or a habit that you are trying to fight, could be reawakened. For some of you, they are also talking about feeling drawn or feeling addicted toward an unhealthy relationship that you may be trying to figure out how to get yourself out of it, or being addicted to a very negative situation and trying to figure out, or at least coming to that big realization that you definitely need out of this relationship, or you definitely need out of this circumstance. A negative cycle of events. It is going to come to an end for many of you in. But what is interesting, they are showing me that when you do have this breakthrough, you not realize it right away, because for some of you the breakthrough is not going to be a big loud a big event or shocking or surprising, because for some of you they're telling me that it's taking place little by little, or it has started little by little over the course of the last few months, and now in June you are able going to see the big gain. It could be a big gain financially for some of you. It could be in terms of your emotional freedom and finally breaking free from this relationship or just negative emotions. They're talking about you being able to take the power back from within. They also want me to focus a little bit here, because when I look at this symbol here, it almost looks like a key, and a key to me represents solution. It represents a key to a car, a key to a home, a key to a new beginning, a key to a new start. For many of you, you could be dealing with a new beginning. It doesn't matter what it is. There's going to be some sort of an indication that your luck is turning around for the better, or they also be talking about luck into something new that just begun. Pay attention, because you may be tempted about, maybe you never have a sweet tooth, but now you're going to be having a sweet tooth. Cravings. You'll be trying to quit smoking, but you'll be having an unusual time with that. They're talking about your body retaining water. Pay attention to the sugar level in your body, particularly for those of you who already have a tendency toward that, or maybe you are a little bit diabetic. I also have a sense of some of you trying to get a tan in your skin, trying to get a tan under the sun. You have to be careful because you end up being burnt. But they're also talking about many of you trying to improve a certain skin condition. And also they are talking about your tendency, Cancer, to make some sort of a big, strong, and bold statement. It could be about you declaring your feelings. It could be about you speaking up your mind. It could be about you standing up for yourself, or standing up for the rights of people that you believe need to be protected. Showing up for people who some ways are less lucky than you, or that you consider them to be defenseless. Even standing up for the greater good, being an activist, being drawn to some form of activism. They would like to conclude with the idea that whether this is happening silently or whether this is happening with you taking a big action toward your beliefs, standing up for your beliefs, one thing is sure, that a circumstance, or maybe your entire life, is about to turn around for the better. And you are going to be witnessing the first step, the first stage of this turning around of events for the better. From grief, something wonderful will be coming. You'll be dealing with grief, could be a long time grief, not necessarily fresh and new, but they're saying, even if you have to cry, allow yourself to cry. From grief, something wonderful will be happening. And I hope that this is making sense to you. Again, you can click on the link down here below. That's going to take you to the Vimeo videos if you like to know more, or you choose to join the membership program. Either click join down here below or the link in the show more description box so that you can join one of the tiers of the membership program, where you're going to be getting a lot more information and predictions for each sign of the zodiac, depending on which level, which tier you like to choose. Contact me for a private reading, amalightworker@gmail.com, or visit the website www.amalightworker.com. Thank you so very much. Like, share, subscribe, and I will reconnect with you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.